guys, my name is Maddie and welcome to TA Friday. Today we're going to discuss the price of Bitcoin, silver and gold by doing some technical analysis. But before we dive deeper into the price of silver and gold, I would really take a look at Bitcoin first. What I usually do when I start charting, or before I even start charting, I look at coinmarketcap.com. And I look on this website not because of the market cap, because to be honest, the market cap is really some kind of a scam, but we can dive deeper into that if you want to, but I'm not going to talk about the market cap today. We're just going to look at the price charts because on this website you get a really easy view of what's going on with all the charts over the last couple of days, especially the 7-day ones. And what we see here is that the price of Bitcoin started like in the middle or so, and it went down a bit. And we see all the altcoins, or at least the most of the altcoins, only Stellar, they go up a bit. We see Binance Coin going up a bit, but most of the altcoins follow Bitcoin. And I look at this because in 2017, the end of 2017 in December, we saw the hype cycle. We saw that Bitcoin was going up really fast, and the altcoins follow Bitcoin even faster. So what I usually do is take a look at what is Bitcoin doing at this moment, and are the alts doing the same but in a faster way. And what we see right now is that the altcoins are not really doing the same. We see Bitcoin Cash going down faster, but not all of them. Take a look at Bitcoin price. The only one that did it better than Bitcoin was EOS, and of course Tether, because it's a stable coin and it's the same as USD from that point of view. So there aren't much coins that did better today than Bitcoin. Most of them were declining faster than Bitcoin. So that's interesting, because if we want to see an alt season in the future, we have to take a look at this. And if the price of Bitcoin is going up by 5%, for example, we need to see the altcoins doing a higher price or a higher percentage from that point of view. So that's kind of interesting. Let's keep this in mind. And before we dive deeper into the chart, I really want to look at all the cryptocurrencies, the overview of all the cryptocurrencies, and it takes some time to load. But here we have the difference in the 1 hour, the 24 hour, and the 7-day. And what's interesting to see is what's going on over the last couple of hours, and what did the price do over the last couple of days. So the only one that's rising is Cardano, and the last is the other ones are not doing amazing, to be honest. A lot of them are like declining. Only Binance Coin is doing good, and Stellar is doing fine. It's not even good, it's fine. It's not amazing, but it's at least better than Bitcoin. But let's just start at the chart of Bitcoin today. What I usually do when I start charting is take a look at the price of Bitstamp, and I'm going to grab the 1-day chart at first. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, what I usually do is look at the candles of 1 day, which means that every block you see over here is 1 day. And usually most traders take the normal Japanese candlesticks, which means that one candle has an open point, which is here, a closing point, which is here, a high and a low over the last day. And here, the red one is the opposite. It opened here, very high, it shut down here, closed, sorry, and we had a high here and a low here. But I'd like to use the Heikin Ashi candles because they're easier to trade on. You can see the waves really easy, and there are better performers at the RSI. So when I use the RSI to trade on, especially on positive and negative divergence, it works better for me to use the Heikinashi candles. And I've been trading for over 7 years on this type of tool set already, so make sure to try it out and just yeah, trial and error. But okay, let's take a look at the chart. What I usually do is take a look at the bigger picture when you do that by analyzing stocks or other types of assets. You usually take a look at the weekly or even the monthly, but I'm using the daily because cryptocurrencies are going fast, and the daily is yeah, good enough to trade on and to see the bigger picture from. If you've been looking to my Dutch videos, you know what happened here. We saw here some sort of triangle with a horizontal resistance point. And from that point, the price of Bitcoin broke out. And since then, since the end of June, we were going back into the this negative trend, the downward trend, is it called in English, if I'm right. But it's going downward. This is a point that we're really asking ourselves, what is the price going to do right now? I have a support line on this point, which is 7,500, around 7,500, and this is a really important one. And that's because we had some resistance support over here, and if we look back at history, we had it hit so many times. So this is a really strong one, and we see it here as well. So the lowest one, 6,200, is also really strong, but for now we have to look at this one first. And since we broke down on the 8,730, the 8,200 is the first support line to look at, and then we have the 7,450, 7,500. But okay, let's take a look at the smaller time frame, the 4-hour one. Oh, before we dive deeper into that one, maybe we can... Oh no, let's just do it like this. Here we see the 4-hour chart, which is really interesting. I'd like to use the positive and negative divergence, which I have told you before. I will take a look at an example on positive and negative divergence on RSI. The bottoms on the chart are going down, but the bottoms on RSI are going up, and this is your points to buy in again. And here we have a selling point at this part because the tops on the charts are going up when the tops on the RSI are going down. So that's really interesting. And here we have the same one. You always buy in batches, so you're not buying all at once, you're buying in stage. So first a bit, then another bit, then another bit. And what you see here is that the tops on these charts are going upwards and the ones on the RSI are going downwards. So this should be your point to sell again. And here we had another one. So if you're buying and selling in like 5 tranches or so, you're safe. Here we had another one to buy in again. So you could already bought here, had bought, I don't know. And here we had another one, which was really interesting. But trading on positive and negative divergence works really fine to me. But not always, because in this part you should have bought already. So that's what most of the people did, buy over here. And then there was no point to sell again. So we have to wait for the other point to buy back in. And since this line, this really important, first it was a resistance line, now it's a support line because it was here, let's say 1, 2, 3 times as a resistance, then it ended up being a support for over like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times or so. So this is a really strong support, and we saw some like 6 hours ago or so, no more, 8 hours ago, we saw that the price of Bitcoin wanted to break out on this line, which is really important because if there's a breakout on this pattern, we should see high volume, and we didn't see that. For example, on this symmetrical triangle, which is called, here we have rule, and we can like do Control C, Control V, or Command C, Command V, and then we can calculate the target point. And this was a target point which was exactly hit by this candle. So that's really interesting. And now we are stuck in this like some kind of falling wedge, but it's coming from above. So this is a strange pattern, to be honest. But if this one wants to break out downwards, we have to see really high volume, because this is a strong support line. It has been hit for over like 9 times or so. So if the chart wants to break out downward from here, we have to see higher volume. So the volume needs to be at least as high as we see here. There is a bigger chance from, there's probably a bigger chance that the chart is going to break out upwards if the volume keeps being this low. So if you want to make sure to don't miss out, let's take a look. We have one support level at least over here, I think, yeah. And we have one over here, like the 8,280 that I just mentioned. So this could be my stop loss target for at least the next couple of hours. So if the price would hit this point or comes lower than this point, we can play this safe. If the price goes lower than this point, for example, 8,200, then it's definitely a sell, because the price will go down to at least 7,900, and then it will go down even more, maybe even down to like 7,500. So, okay, for now we have to wait and see what's going to happen. If it breaks out upward, you can put your like target point like here or so, maybe 8,650 to buy back again. So we're now waiting, we're stuck in the middle. Our side is like, nah, not really knowing what's going to happen. But I'm not trading on shorter time frame than 4 hour, because then I will get like crazy because of all the things that are happening in Bitcoin. But for now, I would really like to show you the gold and silver chart as well, because there's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on. I want to show you what's going on here. We saw here a breakout from a new bottom formation, and the breakout happened to be upwards, and then there was a downwards flowing trend line. So let's take a look. So like this. I had this gold chart on the other settings still, because I drew this quite a long time ago, and I would love to show you what happened here. Here we saw the bottom formation on the gold chart, and what happened was an upward trend, a downward trend, a breakout, back in a trend, and I will show you back again what happened to Bitcoin, because it looks really similar. Here we saw the upward trend, downward trend, small breakout. I will like move back to whites so you can see. Upward trend, downward trend, small breakout, then back in the trend. Let's take a look at gold again. And sorry for the inconvenience that I have to like put it back to the black team, but I hope it's fine. You saw the breakout, upward trends. So here it broke out again, went back into the negative trend, and now I'm going to show you the gold-silver ratio. Oh, let's do it like this. I think I have it on this. Yes. Here we see the same breakout, downward trend, breakout upwards. Here we had some support, but it's really interesting to see what's happening on silver as well. I will show you the BTC chart again for those of you guys who are like, what the f is this? Okay, let's take a look at the white one again. Oh, yeah, the upward one, downward. I'm not going to add it on this one, so I hope you won't mind that I'm switching this often. But okay, upward trend, downward trend. Here we saw some support on this point, and now we have to wait what's going to happen next. And since I've told you that positive and negative diversions like bull and bear dive sorry, are very, very good indicators for a new trend or upward or downward movement. I'm waiting for that. So now we've seen this happening. We're going to do Control C, Control V, so Command C, Command V, and we're still in this downward trend line for now. And we have to wait. It's really easy. We just have to wait. I don't have a bowl that I can look into and see what's going to happen next. We can predict the future by doing technical analysis. We only can make sure to interact on things that are happening. And like, for example, if we see the breakout, we know there is a move incoming for at least like 2 or 3%, so we can go on that wave. We can move on that wave. Since I'm not really good at talking English, I'm trying to like explain you what technical analysis is all about. So I can predict what's going to happen next. I can only say by doing mathematics, I can only say there's a several % chance of the price going upward or downward. And from this point of view, I really don't know what's going to happen next. The only thing I know is that we have to see a lot of volume for the breakout to be confirmed. And if there's a lot of volume, I'm going to buy or going to sell on that point. And we know we're going to hit the next resistance or support line from that point. So from now on, we really have to wait and see what's going to happen next. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video tutorial on technical analysis on the gold and silver chart. I hope you really enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can mention me on Twitter or on Instagram. On Twitter, you can find me as Miss Bitcoin with 3 times an S. And on Instagram, you can follow me on Madelon Vos with a lower underscore, something like that. And I really hope to see you soon with the new Off the Record, or see you next week with a new video on technical analysis on TA Friday again. Hope to see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching and bye.